welcome. So this is a spoiler alert to a new product. I'm Brett Papa, and today we're going to go over how to solo over a minor jam track. Okay, so I got a product coming out. It's going to be freaking awesome. Blues Soloing Secrets Level 1 Minor. If you haven't checked them out, check out brettpapa.com. There's all sorts of products teaching you stuff just like this. But anyways, this is a minor jam track, and the whole idea with the products, this lesson, everything I teach is about becoming more melodic as a player, but how to use the pentatonic scale, and we'll get into other scales eventually, but the pentatonic has so much gold in it, and it's one of the most musical scales. Might as well learn how to use that correctly, and we do that by seeing our chords inside the scale. That's what makes us musical. So, check this out. Excuse the helicopter. Okay, so this is a track that's in C sharp minor, and there's a verse and a chorus, and I'll leave the jam track at the end of the video so you can play along with it. But the chorus total, R&B, ballad, bluesy kind of thing, right? So it's A, B, C sharp minor, then you walk down, A, E, B. Okay, so the number one thing we gotta know right off the bat is where are our chord inversions that we can use to solo from inside our scale. I'm gonna take all of the pentatonic positions, well actually 1 through 4, and I'm going to take little bits and pieces and fragments of chords from within those scales. So check it out. It comes in on an A chord. Okay, so we're in C sharp minor. Okay, so right off the bat, I know I got an A chord right here. Right, if you don't know about inversions and stuff like this, go back to some of the other videos I got. All my products go over all this stuff, so check those out too. But you got an A chord here. Our next chord is a B chord, right? Right? So you got, this is a D shape inversion of an A chord. D shape, right? Looks like a D chord of a B chord. So right off the bat, my first two chords can totally be covered by doing that simple lick, okay? So, very basic blues lick, but it totally works. I got notes from my A and then my B right here. Okay, so I go 9, 12, pull off. Right? Okay, so that's, and then I go to 11, and then I go back here, and then slowly, right? So that's, right? And then when I come to here, right? That's the, I got my C sharp minor right here, right? So you got A, B, C sharp minor, okay? Now check this out. The other two chords in my scale are right there, or not my scale, my progression I should say, are right there too. Remember I said we go back down to E and A? I did that backwards. A and E. Okay, so remember, A, E. So, right, this is, I got, and then, right, that gets me through my, right? it's setting me up for all those cool notes, right? So automatically, we've hit the A, hit the B, we've hit the C sharp minor. Okay? So we got and then we go. Okay, that's just double stops, right? Works great over this chord. I mean, it's right out of that chord. So that's 9 on the D and the G, and I'm going to hammer on to the 11th fret. And then, okay, so check that out. That's a quick slide. I call those quick slides. It's not a 2-note. It's, right? So it's, and then 11, and then a quick slide to 9, pull off to 7. Right, that's the 9th, and then back to the 7th on my A. Okay, so we got right, and then you can make it up any kind of way that you want, right? I mean, these are just examples, right? We're working on hitting the notes of our chord. That's what I'm trying to stress. Whatever licks you want to create out of it once you see the chords, that's up to you. Now, if you want to do my lick, awesome. It's a place to start, right? So let's go back to the jam. All right, so I did. Right? Right, so again, that lick right there over the C sharp minor, right, that's my root. That's the 3rd of my C sharp minor chord. And then, okay, so, okay, now, this right here, I'm trying to hop back up to my A and E chord inversions. I got right there, and so I have. Okay, so with that in mind, I can move up to position 2 of C sharp minor pentatonic and hit both of those chord inversions and get some great notes because I have the E here, A here. So any of these gonna sound great over an E chord. Plus, if I bend up here, I'm bending into an E up here. Right? So it's all about seeing why and knowing why am I bending to this note. Don't guess, know why it works, and then when you're improvising in a live situation, you'll be able to play with confidence and be able to own it and sound good, right? They're like, wow, Johnny and Sally, man, their note choice is just okay, so we got okay, so I just moved back down. Quick slide, right up the scale. Quick slide into position 2. So now this is going to set me up where I can do some or right, that kind of lick, right? When I'm going that lick right there, right? I got my fingered barred on the B and E 12th fret. That right there is going to cover my E chord. If I hammer to here, that's going to cover my A chord. Both chords are right next to each other, so you could be, in the A chord hammering in. But as soon as you do that and go back, you're getting the chord tones of the E chord coming up. So you're setting up that next lick. And that's what you want to be doing. Either play over the chord you're at or be setting up for the one that's coming up, right? So. So all I did there is I'm playing off the E chord when I do that. Right? So that's like going, you know, suspended. Right? And I'm hitting those two notes together, double stops. Okay, so. I think that's the lick that I did. Okay, and then so. Now keep in mind, we got a B chord coming up, right? So what I can do is like, okay, well, I went, right, that note right there. You got a B chord right here. This B chord, right, the bottom. Okay, and now, right, I got my A here, so I got those cool chord tones. But when I bend up, I can be, you know, this right here is my A, right? But I got my B right here. So that note right there. All right? When you do a lick like that, right? You're hitting all those chord tones. Right? That's position 4. That's also where your is right here, but you also have your A and your B. So that position 4 is a great lick too. Right? Even in, I'll do it down here so you can see it a little bit better. All right, so. Doesn't always work. I mean, the notes are right, the phrasing, it could use a little help. You put me on the spot. I mean, what do you want from me? So anyways, the lick, let's play it one more time. So, all I did is as I'm playing on this B, I slide up to that B, right? And then I'm going to hit this note and this note again. Right? And then when this note I resolve on is from my C sharp minor. It's the 3rd. That's a great lick, right? I've showed that lick before, but it's one of my favorites. I pinched it off my buddy Rob, a Nashville session cat. And I was like, what is... Or if you haven't seen Rob play, he's awesome. Check out the channel. Look for Rob McNally. Killer guitar player. All right, so we got... And actually, check out Tim Pierce, too, because this is total Tim Pierce influence. He's, like, totally changed my whole way of thinking about guitar. You can check out he has tons of videos on my site. And we also have his product on my site too, which is amazing. It's like 9 hours of like, wow, do you want to be a session guitar player? Here you go. So check that out as well, right? But anyways, so instead of going right out of the scale, you go... Right? So instead of this note, it's here. But that's great because the A chord is right there, right? You also have your E chord right here. So when you're... Right? But this, A. Right? Because your A chord's right here, right? So you're E, and then here, right? So you got, and then you're back. Okay? So, the secret, the whole thing, right? Or the biggest part is seeing those chord shapes inside your pentatonic scale. I say this every lesson and for the past year and a half, right? But that's everything. If this is your first time, go back. I have a playlist, hitting the right notes every time. There's all sorts of this stuff. All my products I produce go over all this stuff. So if you want to support the cause, right? You guys are what make all the free videos possible. If you buy products, that's what's keep. I can't even talk about it. I'm choked up. You guys are the reason that there's all these free videos, right? And it's awesome, right? We get jam tracks, we get all this stuff. But I'm super stoked to be showing it because once I figured this out, right? It was like, oh my gosh, I've been playing for forever. And my ear's good enough, right? So I could guess. But seeing this stuff inside the scales, I mean, those chord inversions, that is where it's at. Check out the cage system, all that stuff. It will completely change the way you play guitar. Now, don't forget, you things like feel, right? Right, the vibrato. And then, hitting in time with the rhythm. Hitting some notes louder, some notes softer, right? Dynamics, all that kind of stuff. It all makes a big difference. But when you add it all together, the most important part is if you can see those chord tones in that scale, you are ready to rock. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play this one more time. I'm going to put the whole jam track right after this, so you can jam over it. The beginning part, right? It's the same kind of chords, right? It's just in a different order. We got a verse and a chorus. I'm playing over what would be the chorus part, so it builds up, and you'll hear it. It'll sound like this video. All right, so one more time.